question. Debate's not allowed. The question is from Senator Markey with Senator Duckworth to the manager of the part of the House of Representatives. The clerk will read the question.
Exactly when did the president learn of the breach at the Capitol, and what steps did he take to address the violence? Please be as detailed as possible.
Just wish to respond.
Mr. President, Senators, this attack was on live TV, on all major networks in real time. The president, as president, has access to intelligence information, including reports from inside the Capitol. He knew the violence that was underway. He knew the severity of the threats. And most importantly, he knew the Capitol Police were overwhelmingly outnumbered and in a fight for their lives against thousands of insurgents with weapons. We know he knew that. We know that he did not send any individuals. We did not hear any tweets. We did not hear him tell those individuals, stop. This is wrong. You must go back. We did not hear that. So what else did the president do? We are unclear. But we believe it was a dereliction of his duty. And that was because he was the one who had caused them to come to the Capitol, and they were doing what he asked them to do. So there was no need for him to stop them from what they were engaged in. But one of the things I would like to ask is we still have not heard and posed to you all the questions that were raised by Mr. Raskin, Manager Raskin, in his closing argument. Why did the President Trump not tell the protesters to stop as soon as he learned about it? Why did President Trump do nothing to stop the attack for 2 hours after the attack began? Why did President Trump do nothing to help protect the Capitol and law enforcement battling the insurgents? You saw the body cam of a Capitol police officer at 4:29 still fighting. 4:29 after, since what time? 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Why did he not condemn the violent insurrection on January 6th? Those are the questions that we have as well. And the reason this question keeps coming up is because the answer is nothing.
Mr. President,
The senator from Utah.
I send a question to the desk.
The senator from Utah, Mr. Romney, on behalf of himself and Senator Collins. Submit the question and the clerk will read it.
Questions for both sides.
Oh, and I apologize, the question is for both sides, so the time will be evenly divided.
When President Trump sent the disparaging tweet at 2:24 p.m. regarding Vice President Pence, was he aware that Vice President had been removed from the Senate by the Secret Service for his safety?
The House Manager. And time will be evenly divided between. Of course, would the clerk read the question again?
When President Trump sent the disparaging tweet at 2:24 p.m. regarding Vice President Pence, was he aware that the Vice President had been removed from the Senate by the Secret Service for his safety?
The House of Representatives managers are recognized 2.5 minutes.
Thank you. Well, let me tell you what he said at 2:24 p.m. He said Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution. The USA demands the truth. And you know by now what was all over the media. You couldn't turn on the television, couldn't turn on the radio, couldn't consume any media, or probably take any phone calls or anything else without hearing about this, and also hearing about the Vice President. And here's what Donald Trump had to know at that time, because the whole world knew it, all of us knew it. Live television had, by this point, shown that the insurgents were already inside the building, and that they had weapons, and that the police were outnumbered. And here are the facts that are not in dispute. Donald Trump had not taken any measures to send help to the overwhelmed Capitol Police. As president, at that point, when you see all this going on and the people around you are imploring you to do something, and your vice president is there, why wouldn't you do it? Donald Trump had not publicly condemned the attack, the attackers, or told them to stand down, despite multiple pleas to do so. And Donald Trump hadn't even acknowledged the attack. And after Wednesday's trial portion concluded, Senator Tuberville spoke to reporters and confirmed the call that he had with the president and did not dispute Manager Cicilline's description in any way that there was a call between he and the president around the time that Mike Pence was being ushered out of the chamber. And that was shortly after 2 p.m. And Senator Tuberville specifically said that he told the president, Mr. President, they just took the vice president out. I've got to go. And that was shortly after 2 p.m. There were still hours of chaos and carnage and mayhem. The vice president and his family were still in danger at that point. Our commander-in-chief did nothing.
Counsel for the former president.
The answer is no. At no point was the president informed the vice president was in any danger, because the House rushed through this impeachment in 7 days with no evidence. There is nothing at all in the record on this point, because the House failed to do even a minimum amount of due diligence. What the president did know is that there was a violent riot happening at the Capitol. That's why he repeatedly called via tweet and via video for the riots to stop, to be peaceful, to respect Capitol Police and law enforcement, and to commit no violence, and to go home. But to be clear, this is an article of impeachment for incitement. This is not an article of impeachment for anything else. It's a one count. They could have charged anything they wanted. They chose to charge incitement. So that the question, although answered directly no, it's not really relevant to the charges for the impeachment in this case. And I just wanted to clear up one more thing. Mr. Castro, in his first answer, may have spoke but what he said was Mr. Trump had said, fight to the death. That's false. I'm hoping he misspoke. Thank you.
Mr. President,
And the questions from senators will continue today. We heard Trump's lawyers deny that there was an insurrection at the Capitol, and they called the charge that he incited the riot a preposterous and monstrous lie. The impeachment managers repeated the charge that the former president must be convicted because he is singularly responsible and that his fiery rhetoric was the match that lit the flame. Stunningly, 2 Republican senators asked his defense team when Trump learned of the riot and what he did to stop it, and they had no answer. The Senate could render its verdict as soon as tomorrow on whether Mr. Trump incited the insurrection. We want to thank the entire CBS News team and let you know that our coverage is going to continue now on our 24-hour streaming network, CBSN. You can also watch it at cbsnews.com or on our CBS News app. There will be more on your local news station, on this CBS station, and there's going to be a full wrap-up tonight on the CBS Evening News. So in case you missed part of it, we'll have a full wrap-up tonight. That's at 6:30 Eastern Time. This has been a CBS News Special Report. I'm Nora O'Donnell, CBS News, Washington.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com.
Emilio, when we come right back.
Big news, America. Back for a limited time, we've changed the shape of Honey Nut Cheerios because we want people to know that they're delicious and can help lower cholesterol. Heart healthy. Get it? A heart. Can you believe they had one in my size?
This is an athlete 20 reps deep, sprinting past every leak in our softest, smoothest fabric. She's confident, protected, her strength respected. Depend. The only thing stronger than us is you.
With the wave of a hand, stains appear, ruining the things you love. But clean doesn't just happen. Magic happens because you make it happen. Blast out tough messes. Make stains disappear. Soak away odors. Whoa, do that again. It saves the things you love and saves you money. We make OxyClean. You make it work. Work your magic.
Condos. $150K.
How are you, son? Who's your friend?
This is Eric.
Oh, the big E. Great to meet you. People love